Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well and that you're having a good week so far. So, today is our second webinar in the default prevention series, which is pertaining to loans and making sure that you're on top of your loans and making sure that they don't go into default status, and also just giving you more information about borrowing while you're in school. And so, today we have Gabriella with us again, and she's one of the specialists in the default prevention department, and she's wonderful, and she's going to be giving this webinar today about smart borrowing and building a financially healthy future. So as always, this will be recorded, so you can revisit the recording after the webinar ends, and I'll post it in the chat. And if you have any questions, you can post them throughout the webinar, or raise your hand, and Gabriella will get to them as she is able. So I'll turn it over to Gabriella.
Can you hear me, Chelsea?
Yes, sorry. I just realized my computer was muted.
No worries. All right, I will be sharing my screen, so just let me know once you can all see. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. So, hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Smart Borrowing, Building a Financially Healthy Future. My name is Gabriella Barrios, and I worked in the Default Prevention Task Force. My role is to help learners like you feel confident when it comes to making smart financial choices about your student loans. And in today's session, it is all about empowering you to take control of your loans and your financial future. Whether you're just starting your loan journey or already thinking about repayment, this webinar has something for everyone. And by the end, you'll have the tools to borrow smartly, manage your budget, plan for repayments, and avoid common pitfalls. At the end of the presentation, I'll be conducting a Q&A session, so feel free to write down any questions you may have, and I'll be happy to answer all of them, all right? So let's get started. So what does smart borrowing mean? Smart borrowing is all about understanding the long-term impact of your loan decisions. Every dollar you borrow today is a dollar plus interest that you'll have to repay later. That's why it's so important to borrow only what you truly need. Here's why. It reduces future debt burden. Borrowing less now means lower monthly payments later, freeing up money for other goals like buying a car or even saving for a home. It also helps you budget realistically. Borrowing based on actual expenses, not the maximum amount offered, it keeps your spending in check and also avoids unnecessary debt. Also, remember to pay attention to the types of loans you're accepting. We have subsidized loans that don't accrue interest while you're in school, which means you save money. Unsubsidized loans, these start accruing interest immediately. So if you can, consider paying off the interest while in school. It will reduce your balance significantly over time. And don't forget to check your loan terms and interest rates, as these will guide your repayment strategy later on. We're going to take a moment to walk through some key terms you might maybe come across during your college journey. You're more than welcome to review them on your own time, as understanding these terms can help you navigate your student finances with confidence and make informed decisions. Think of this as your toolkit for success. The more you know, the smoother your experience will be. First up, we've got the FAFSA. This application is the key to unlocking financial aid like federal grants, scholarships, and student loans. You'll need to fill out each year to determine your eligibility. And trust me, completing the FAFSA early is your best bet for maximizing your aid. Once your school reviews the FAFSA, they'll offer you a financial aid package. That includes a mix of grants, scholarships, and loans. Think of it like a bundle of resources to help you pay for school. Next is the EFC, which is also known as Expected Family Contribution. It is a number calculated from the FAFSA that colleges use to figure out how much aid you're eligible for. It doesn't mean that the exact your family must pay. It's just the part of the formula that determines your financial aid packages. Think of the ledger like your school's version of a bank statement. It shows all charges, payments, and financial aid activity on your learner account. Consolidation. Right on the bottom, you can see it. It is a combination of multiple federal loans that are joined into one, which can simplify repayment. But be careful as it could reset certain borrower benefits. When it's time to leave school, whether you graduate, withdraw, or drop below half-time enrollment, which is less than 6 credits, you will need to complete exit counseling. It is required by the Department of Education. This helps you understand your loan repayment options and what to expect moving forward. StudentAid.gov is the official site from the U.S. Department of Education where you can access everything related to federal student aid. You can log in with your FSA ID to manage your loans, check balances, and get all the details you need about your student aid, including exit counseling. It is basically your go-to resource for anything related to student loans and financial aid. CDR is the cohort default rate. This is a measure of the percentage of a school's borrowers who default on their loans within a specific time frame. It's a key indicator of how well schools are supporting borrowers. Loan Servicer and the Loan Simulator can both be found in StudentAid.gov. A loan servicer manages your federal student loans, and a loan simulator is a tool that helps you compare repayment plans and figure out the best way to pay off your loans. Now that we've covered some key financial terms, let's talk about something that can truly set you up for success: building a budget. A budget isn't about restricting your spending. It's about having a plan for your money so you stay in control. Whether it's covering your basic needs, setting aside money for unexpected expenses, or even making room for things you enjoy, a budget helps you stay on track financially. Here's how to start. Track your income and expenses. Use apps like Mint or even a notebook to see how much you're earning versus spending. Prioritize needs over wants. Focus on tuition, rent, groceries, and transportation first. The extras like dining out or streaming subscriptions can wait until you've covered the essentials. Build a safety net. Saving even $10 a month for emergencies can prevent you from relying on credit cards or loans during tough times. Why does budgeting matter? It just keeps you in control, reduces financial stress, and ensures you're not borrowing more than you need. Who has already started thinking about repayment options? Please raise the hand icon. Great. So let's talk about something important: repayment. Here's what you can do while you're still in school. Log in to StudentAid.gov. This is your one-stop shop for everything related to your loans. You can see your total loan balance, interest rates, and who is your loan servicer. That's the company that's going to be managing your payments, just so you're aware. Why does this matter? Well, knowing your loan details now gives you a clear picture of what to expect when repayment begins. Make small interest payments. If you have unsubsidized loans, interest starts adding up as soon as the loan is disbursed. Even small payments like $10 or $15 a month can help that interest from piling up. Why is this helpful? Well, paying off interest now means less to pay later, and it keeps your loan balance from growing. And lastly, understanding the grace period. For most federal loans, like subsidized or unsubsidized loans, you have a 6-month grace period after you graduate, leave school, or drop below half-time enrollment. This grace period is a perfect time to prepare for repayment. And it's not just about finding a repayment plan, but setting yourself up for success. Use these steps to stay on top of your loans now so you're not scrambling to figure it out later. Now let's dive into repayment plans. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to loans, which is a good thing because everyone's situation is totally different. Here's a quick rundown. First up, we have standard repayment plan. This one has fixed payments over 10 years, which means you'll pay off your loans in a set amount of time. It's a great option if you can afford to make consistent, larger payments and want to pay off your loan quickly. If you're looking for something more flexible, you might want to consider the income-driven repayment plans, which is known as IDR. With IDR, your monthly payments are based on your income and family size. This can significantly lower your payments. To help lower your interest, you can also enroll in AutoPay. Doing so will save you 0.25% on your interest rate. Plus, you'll also be on top of your payments, which is a huge help when managing multiple loans. And one of the most important things to remember is to stay in touch with your loan servicer. Whether you have questions about your payments, need help understanding your options, or just want to make sure everything is on track, your servicer is there to help. Keeping that line of communication open will make things easier down the road. And here's the bottom line. When you're prepared, repayment becomes manageable. It's about putting yourself in control of your financial future. So by exploring your options and creating a plan that works for you, you're setting yourself up for success and building confidence in managing your loans. Now let's talk about choosing the right repayment plan, as it can make a big difference when you start repaying your student loans. To make it easier, let's go through a scenario with Sarah, a recent graduate who's about to begin her new career. Sarah just landed her first full-time job after graduation, and while she's excited to start her new chapter, she knows she has student loans to manage. Her challenge now is deciding which repayment plan works best for her. Option 1. Income-driven repayment plan. Sarah looks at her current income and realizes it's not as high as she'd like it to be just yet. To keep her payments a bit more manageable, she chooses an income-driven repayment plan. This plan calculates her payments based on her income, which means she could qualify for $0 payment during her first year. This gives Sarah the flexibility she needs to focus on getting settled into her new job without having to worry about making a hefty loan payment. Option 2, standard repayment plan. Sarah could also opt for the standard repayment plan, which gives her fixed monthly payments that are spread out over 10 years, more or less. While this plan would allow her to pay off her loans in a fixed time frame, the monthly payments are a bit higher, something she may not be ready for at this stage, especially as she adjusts to a new salary and expenses. What Sarah should consider. There's the financial flexibility. Since Sarah's income is a bit lower right now, the income-driven repayment plan offers more flexibility with lower monthly payments. This allows her to avoid financial strain while she focuses on building a career. Long-term cost. While the IDR plan offers lower payments at the start, Sarah needs to be aware that this could mean more interest accumulating over time. As her salary continues increasing, she may want to switch to a standard repayment plan to pay off her loan quicker and also reduce the total interest she pays over the life of the loan. So in this case, Sarah's decision will come down to what she values the most in the moment, the flexibility of lower payment and also the desire to pay off the loan faster in the long run. The key takeaway here is that your repayment plan isn't set in stone. You can always adjust it as your financial situation changes, and you can do so with your loan servicer directly. Next, we have a budget. Not a budget, but a budget isn't just about, the restricting your spending. It's about having a plan for your money so you can stay in control. Whether it's covering your basic needs, setting aside money for unexpected expenses, or even making room for things you enjoy, a budget helps you stay on track financially. If you miss a payment, your loan becomes delinquent. It's like a little reminder that it's time to get back on track. No worries though, it's not too late to make things right. However, if payments are missed for about 270 days, the loan could enter default, and we want to avoid that. If a loan goes into default, the full balance could be due all at once, and there could be extra fees added on. There might be also other things like wage garnishment or other possibilities of your tax refunds being seized, plus your credit score could take a hit, making future borrowing a little tougher. Losing eligibility for federal aid is also something to be mindful. Let's see. Okay, no worries. But here's the good news. You have options to stay in control. If you're going through a rough patch, deferment or forbearance could give you a break by pausing your payments for a while. There are also flexible repayment plans that could make your monthly payments a bit more affordable, which is the income-driven repayment plans, for example. It adjusts your payments being based on what you earn. And remember, your loan servicer is here to help you. They can guide you through different options and work with you to find the best solution to keep everything on track. If you ever want to chat or need help navigating these options, feel free to reach out to me. We can set up a time and talk and figure out the best next steps together. Just remember, I'm here to support you. The key is making on-time payments. Your payment history is one of the biggest factors that impact your credit score. So staying on those payments can really pay off in the long run. It's also a good idea to check your credit report regularly. Just make sure everything looks accurate because sometimes mistakes can happen and it's always good to catch them early. But why does all this matter? A strong credit score can open a lot of doors, like getting better interest rates on loans, finding a good place to live, and in some cases, even opening up job opportunities. So before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. Borrow smartly, take only what you need, and understand your loan terms. Budget wisely, track your expenses, and save where you can. Plan ahead, know your repayment options, and use tools like Loan Simulator on studentaid.gov. And avoid default by staying in touch with your loan servicer and making on-time payments. Financial literacy isn't just about managing your loans. It's about building a strong foundation for your future. So if you need any help along the way, make sure to connect with me. We're always here to support you. All right, learners, it's quiz time. This is your chance to test your knowledge on everything we've covered about financial literacy, whether it's about loans, repayments, or budgeting. Let's see how much you've learned. I'll ask a few questions and we'll give you a moment to think and answer. And don't worry, this is just for fun and it's a great way to reinforce what you've learned so far. First question will be, if you drop below half-time enrollment, what happens to your federal loans? A, you will enter repayment immediately. B, your loan servicer will cancel your loans. C, you enter a 6-month grace period before repayment starts. Let's just give them a couple more minutes. Perfect. Yes, Mackenzie, Noemis, Shantia, hopefully I said it correctly. Yes, it is C. You enter a 6-month grace period before your repayment starts. Next question is, what is one reason why it's important to keep track of your loan servicer and contact information? A, to ask for a lower interest rate. B, they will send you important information about your repayment plan and when your first payment is due. C, you can ask them to forgive your loans. Yes, that is correct. It is B. They will send you important information about your repayment plan and when your first payment is due. And we have, what is the purpose of loan exit counseling? A, to help you understand your repayment options and responsibilities. B, to automatically enroll you into a repayment plan. Or C, to provide a way to cancel your student loans. It is going to be A, to help you understand your repayment options and responsibilities. Exit counseling ensures you to have the knowledge you need to successfully repay your loans and make informed financial decisions. Thank you so much for your participation, learners. And again, thank you again for being here today. Please make sure to save my contact info if you would like to reach out to me. We're going to open up the chat to answer some questions. And before we finish today's webinar, we would love to hear your thoughts in the chat. We have shared a link to complete your or a quick survey. Will be taking around a couple minutes, a minute or two, and it also helps us improve our future sessions. Perfect. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Yeah, so any questions right now? Chat. Of course. Again, here's my information. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to just send me a quick email. We can schedule a call and I'll be happy to go over any questions again, as mentioned. Thank you so much. I'll be here a couple more minutes. In case you guys have any questions, you can just post it in the chat. And again, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for being here. We're here to support you. I always have a motto. I'm always happy to help. My door is open, always opened. And, we're here to help you learners be successful. So again, thank you so much. I'll stay here a couple minutes just in case, but you can all, little by little start signing out if you don't. But again, thank you so much. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Gabriella, and thank you everyone for being here. Once again, I will post the recording in the chat once it saves so that you can revisit this awesome information. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day.